Excuse me. Oh. All right. That's an interesting song. Huh. Let's see. Split pane down. Okay. Now you go to Chirpy. Hey, what's up, D? It's midnight where you are? It's not midnight for me.
Did we just become best friends?
Hey, thanks for the follow over there. It's 6:26 p.m. here. So it's dinner, it's like dinner time. So I'm gonna eat my dinner and I'm gonna work on some boot.dev because I didn't get as far as I wanted to this morning. Huh. I wonder why no YouTube broadcasts are currently monitored in streamer.bot. Wonder why that is. Huh. Well, YouTube looks like I'm live. Yeah, I'm live there. I wonder if I'm not connected. It says I'm connected to YouTube. That's super weird. I wonder if it's because I was just winding down after a long day, saw the notification. Well, I'm glad you stopped by. Definitely don't feel the need to stay though, you know? You definitely don't have to feel the need to stay if you're getting ready to go to sleep. Huh. It's so weird, dude. Hey, what's up, Alexander? Sorry I missed your message. For some reason, I'm not getting my... Hmm. I'm using a different service to stream with, and so I'm testing a bunch of stuff, and it looks like for some reason when a live broadcast is detected, automatically start monitoring it. Yes, that's what I'd like you to do. I'm gonna go ahead and restart this. Hello, Hamnox. You're the first person who's ever chatted with me on a site or stream.place, which is pretty cool. I cannot figure out. Well, sure be it. Kind of wonder if it's because I edited the I have no idea. We're not going to be distracted by that. The purpose is to make progress. So if I miss your message, I apologize. I'm going to try my best to keep an eye on the YouTubes and the Twitches and the stream.place, but if I miss it, I miss it. I do apologize. Okay, so we are going to implement some webhooks. Let's go ahead and start our server here. And let's see, webhook sounds like a scary advanced concept, but they're actually quite simple. Okay. I'm also going to eat my dinner, so apologize for my crunching. Okay, so first and foremost, we're gonna have to write a migration. So, what are we gonna do? We're going to add chirpy red.sql, and we're gonna do something like this. What's for dinner? My wife made white chicken chili. It's very good. That's actually why I had to end the stream earlier today, was because she forgot to get one of the ingredients for her chili. So I had to run to the store to get it. So we've officially come full circle in the content. Okay, we want to include a new column called isChirpyRed. This column should be a Boolean and it should default to false. Oh, that's the wrong thing. All right, so this is definitely still our users table. We are going to add not a hashed password. We're going to add isChirpyRed. Let's see, default unset. No, default is going to be false. Yeah. Boolean. And then we're going to say not null. Yeah, we don't want it to be null. And we want to default it to false. And then if we are migrating down.
Did we just become best friends?
Hey, to Josvi, I think is how you say your name. To Josvi, thank you for the follow on the YouTubes. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. We're going to drop it. We are going to drop it. Okay. Now we need to actually run that. So let's do goose up. Looks like it was migrated successfully. We won't look at the database. We'll just trust. Okay, so we did the first step. Add the column. Now we need to add a database query that upgrades a user to Chirpy Red based on their ID. Huh. So they actually want me to add a dedicated query for that. Kind of feel like that should just be part of the update user. I'll just add it as a dedicated one since that's what they said to do. I'm just gonna follow blindly. It's the best way to live. Cooking content? Yeah, probably not. Not for me, dude. I hate cooking. Cooking is only for utilitarian purposes. It requires so much work, you know? So much work to prepare, cook it, clean it up, and you have to do it every goddamn day, dude. So when I cook, it's really simple. It's like chicken, rice, a vegetable, potato. Like, it's super simple meals. Nothing to write home about. I don't know. We'll call it 2. I appreciate you holding it down on YouTube and Twitch. That's very nice of you. Twitch is kind of like a graveyard, you know? Hey, what's up, FE? How are you? Thanks for being a member, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, keeping it simple. It's not even that, like, I dislike. I guess someone wanted to be a part of the stream. What was I doing? Oh, I was getting ready to say that. It's not even that I dislike the simple meals, because I actually prefer simple meals like that. But yeah, it just like, I don't want to cook any more than I have to, you know? Trying to move my chair. It's in the way. Alright. Oh, we forgot to start the timer too. Timer keeps us honest. Let's call this upgrade user. And we will return it. And we are going to update our users table. Do I meal prep? Yeah, if I cook, I usually cook it like, you know, if I cook chicken, it's going to be a big batch of chicken. If I cook rice, it's going to be a, you know, 2, 3, 4 cups of rice. Yeah, cooking's a pain, man. But meal prep's the way to go. My wife is not a big fan of meal prep. She doesn't like eating the same thing over and over, and but she also doesn't like cooking. So it's like we're in kind of a catch-22 as a household because neither of us like to cook, and the type of food I cook, she doesn't really care for. So she's developed some recipes like the chicken chili. It's good. Nothing wrong with a lazy meal, D. Nothing wrong with a lazy meal. Oh, you know what? Let's see. Update user. Yeah. Set is chirpy red. Set it to what? Set it to true.
Dina956 is telling you to lift some weights.
I can do that. I got my kettlebell over here. I just spent 1 hour trying to solve a problem only to arrive at the conclusion I was solving the wrong problem. That's so real. Alright, weights have been lifted. I'm sorry you wasted so much of your time, Fanberg. That sucks. That really sucks, but now you know what the problem is. Every approach felt awkward or like a workaround, so asked AI, and even that felt weird. No way, man. No way. AI couldn't solve your problem. Okay. So we're going to upgrade the user. We're going to do it based on ID. We're going to return the upgraded user, and we're going to set is chirpy red to true. Let's go ahead and do SQL C generate. Oh, I realize me. Adjust the camera a little bit here. I don't know if that's any better, but that is what it is. CD, sleep well. I just wish AI had told me don't try to solve this problem, you're heading in the wrong direction. Yeah, but see, that's because AI is not doing what you think it's doing, you know? It's, AI doesn't really understand what's going on. It's just predicting the next token. Okay. Sometimes those predictions are very good. Sometimes the predictions are very good. But what if I came to you for a job and I said, you know what, Fanberg? Sometimes I get the problem right. And sometimes I completely fuck it up. Please hire me. All right, we need to accept a, excuse me, we need to accept a webhook. So let's go here. Let's not, I don't, main. There we go. I'd hire you with a senior to babysit you. That sounds like a good approach. Very sound. Very, very reasonable. Okay, so we're gonna do handle func. It's gonna accept a post to API/Polka/webhooks. So we'll say server.handle webhook. Let's go ahead and jump up here and let's implement it. I've really abused this main.go file. This main.go file is ginormous. All right, so we'll take a writer, which will be an HTTP response writer. We'll take a request. All right, so first things first, let's just decide the shape. The shape is going to be, let's call this a webhook payload. And they say we should expect this shape. So we should expect an event, which will be a string. It will have the snake case version of that. And I used the wrong quotations for punctuation. I don't know what you call that. Then we need data, right? Now, it's been a minute since I dealt with polymorphic data in Go when you're deserializing JSON. So I need to do some studying up on that. I'll say Go handle JSON deserialization polymorphic. What does Mr. Alex Kalivitis have to say about this? Okay, to address this first issue, we'll need to implement our own marshal JSON and unmarshal JSON. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I think that's what I did. I think that's what I did in my SDK that I wrote. Yeah, there's our type, our discriminator. So how did I implement this? Unmarshal JSON implements the JSON unmarshaller interface for the field. Okay, so how do you... Okay, I guess that isn't too bad. I can do this. I can do this. It's not that big of a deal. Today I have coded with AI, but without agents. It's a bit slower feature-wise, but it forces me to stay in the driver's seat and understand what's going on. So that's, Fanberg, what you just described is kind of how I code most days. You know? I know that makes me a Luddite to all of tech Twitter, but that's the way I feel the most productive and the most in control and have the highest confidence in what I've written. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, exactly. It's a somebody in my chat called it the comprehension tax the other day, which I thought was a good descriptor for it. Okay, I'm done. If we reach AGI soon, I can't be left behind because I can just prompt my way to catch up. I mean, that's been my contention. I just don't find AI that difficult of a thing to use or figure out how to be productive with it. A lot of people believe the opposite. They've got all these frameworks and approaches, and there's loops, and there's graphs, and blah, 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 blah. I don't think it's that hard to tell an agent to do something I already know how to do. Well, if you have AGI like people describe AGI, you shouldn't have to do anything anymore, you know? So, which I'm not sure I really believe in AGI, but if you ever do reach AGI, a lot of things just kind of don't matter anymore. You know? We will all have to find our own meaning. All right, so let's implement our custom unmarshaller. We're gonna do P for payload. Unmarshal JSON. Is that how you? Unmarshal JSON. Yeah, all caps. And for now, we'll just return nil. There's never an error. Never such a thing as an error. Hey, what's up, Melty? Man, I'm so glad to see you live. Yeah, I've been absent a little this week, but since August or July, I've kind of been back on a regular schedule for the most part. But yes, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope life is treating you well. There we go. Okay. So we're going to write something like this. We're going to write type payload is webhook payload. And okay, let me just do this. And then we're going to say error equals JSON.unmarshal. We'll unmarshal our bytes. Pointer to our payload. And then B. If error does not equal nil, we will return the error. It's just not too often I catch you at this time. I'm doing pretty well for the most part. Been addicted to Deadlock while I'm taking a step back from all my projects to save some money. Wait for the next model / let the current state of my projects kind of set in and such. Nice. Nothing wrong with a little break. Yeah, I don't usually stream this time of day, but my stream this morning, I did not get done everything I wanted to get done. So I'm trying to make some progress this evening. Okay, so this is going to be data. This can be any. Like this. So then come down here and let's make this be called. Freaking love that you have your chat in the terminal. Yeah, it's been a blast to it's been a lot of fun to build that app. I need to spend some more time working on it. There's like a bunch of bugs in it that I haven't addressed, and there's a bunch of different like event types from Twitch and YouTube that I'm not handling correctly that I'd like to be able to display, like raid. When someone raids you on Twitch, it doesn't count the number of viewers they sent you correctly. Stuff, just little stuff like that I need to go in and fix. So I'm going to call this alias. Hey, what's up, Oblivion? Unique timing indeed. Yes, I just decided to work on this evening. Okay, so we're gonna do. What are we gonna do? This is going to be P. We're going to pass that here. That. I kind of like that better. What if your webcam was in the terminal? That'd be crazy. Can't you set the resolution of the terminal high enough to do that? Hell, maybe there's another way that I'm not thinking of since I'm not all that knowledgeable. I have no idea how you would do that. I don't think you could do it like a picture perfect representation. Yeah, it would be kind of crazy if that was possible, but I don't think it would be possible. I think Ghosty and I think Kitty can render images, so maybe you could abuse that to some extent to achieve it, but I don't think most terminals support anything like that. All right, so now we're gonna switch on the event. So event. And in the case of, let's see, in the case of user upgraded, one more round of gaming and I'll get to work on learning more. Nice, dude. Game away. More power to you. It's Saturday, man. Saturday is for doing whatever you want to do. It's the weekend, bro. Party. I remember one of the Bubble Tea creator repos being for rendering images inside of a terminal window. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder what they did to accomplish that. I'd like to see somebody stream themselves building that. That'd be fun. Okay, then we'll do var. Then we need to actually define that struct. So let's do type user upgrade event. So this will be event equals user upgrade event. And let's add a default case here. Like that just falls through. And then we need to actually unmarshal that. So we're gonna say air JSON unmarshal. We'll take in our bytes and a reference to our event. And then we'll set the event on the actual payload or the data to the event. Although now I don't like my naming. So I think this actually should be webhook event. And this we should call user upgrade payload. Yeah, that's better. And rename this to payload. Or maybe data. Maybe data. Yeah. And then the shape of this data.
Oh, YouTube again.
Oh my goodness, you keep scaring the crap out of me, man. So the only thing this has is a user ID. So this will be user ID is a string. User ID like that. Oh, I missed the struct. Okay. So this should allow us to then go in here. Okay, if the event is anything other than a user.upgraded, the endpoint should immediately respond with a 204 status code. Okay. We can do that, right? And how would we do that? Random update on what I've been working on. Been designing a scripting language. It's actually really fun. Took inspiration from R, Rust, and Fortran, and Python. Interesting. It's very verbose, has minimal features, it's supposed to be beginner friendly. Interesting. I don't think I would ever be brave enough to take on to creating my own programming language. So that's impressive in and of itself. But I bet it's been fun. I guess I should ask, is it interpreted? I guess you said it's a scripting language, so I'm guessing it's interpreted. Break time. I found it. It's an experimental library. Charm Blur. Oh, is this the thing that you were talking about for rendering images? Let's see what's going on here. It's just interpreted in Rust. It's meant to be used to write automations in a client app I'm making for a social video game. Very cool. Very cool. So it's like an embedded language almost. That's awesome. Badass. Let's see. Mosaic is a tool that allows you to display images in your terminal programs. It will break down your image to contain a certain number of pixels per cell, then render those cells. Huh. So what does it look like when it renders? Examples. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see what it looks like when it. Yeah, I'd like to see what this looks like. Let's see. Yeah, we could use that. I'm gonna blame Melty for distracting us from the main purpose of the stream. Hopefully this is not like a ginormous, it's not super big. Let's see, examples. Whoops, nope, that's not on. What was it called? Mosaic? Go run. Okay, it's either taking a long time to download something or it's hung or something. I'm curious how much processing power it takes. Like, could it be turned into 24 frames per second something? I don't know. I bet someone out there has tried to do it. That's hilarious. That's very cool. Okay, so let's see if it can do it with my dog. It started as a macro building idea, but now I have this spec'd out language and I don't even have a name for it. Well, it's very cool. It's very impressive that you were willing to take that on. Okay, let's see what it looks like if I render my dog. Let me get a picture. Image.freeborn.cloud. Wonder dog. See if I have any good pictures of my dog. There we go. Here's a good picture. It's not super high quality, but I think it'll work. All right, let's try to put that in there. So copy as path. I wonder if it needs to be, oh no, his is a JPEG too. Okay, so what was the name of it? This. Cute doggo, yeah, he's something else. He's something else. He's an old man now. Okay. Now let's try go run. Okay, now that would be actually, I would be very curious to see if somebody couldn't take a, you know, like you said, take a webcam, take the data coming in from your webcam and try to render it like that. That would be very interesting. Although it renders pretty slow. Like there's probably a half second maybe. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. There's probably a, actually, I don't know, maybe that's pretty fast. Maybe like 250 milliseconds, maybe less. I don't know, man. I think someone's got a pet project on their hands. Somebody should give that a try. That's pretty cool. I appreciate you sharing that, Melty. That was a good find. Yeah, it's not bad at all. That's fun. Very fun. And I'm sure very impressive. I'm guessing if we looked at the code, we would be very impressed by their engineering work. because I don't even know where I'd start to build that. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and say event equals decode JSON request. I'm going to pass in my webhook event type and the request. Does this return an error too? Yeah, returns an error too. Okay, so if there's an error, I guess if there's an error, I'm just going to return a 500 response. So this is going to be unable to deserialize webhook event. Okay. Now, if we do have the event, I think this is where we can go ahead and actually use the type checking, right? Or type casting. Is that what they call it? Something someone might appreciate. Recursion is opt-in only, minimal grammatical polymorphism. So I'm making sure built-ins and operators only have one purpose. Interesting. I'm not a big fan of recursion, so I appreciate the consideration there. Okay, so we need to do this. We need to say switch, and we can do v equals event dot data, because it's a, and then we want to do dot type. It makes me almost want to, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. I'm not going to overthink it. See, if it's a user upgrade data, then we care about it. Otherwise, we're just going to always return, and we're going to write JSON response. What they say to write? I think they said to write a 204. Yeah, 204. Actually, if we get here, we can just make that our default. No content. Make that our default. Yeah. So then we know V is a user upgrade data value inside this case block. So inside here is where we'll do the work. If the event is user.upgrade, it should update the user in the database and mark that they are a chirpy red member. So this is where we're going to say s.database.upgrade, right? Upgrade. Why doesn't that exist? I thought I ran upgrade user. Did I not run it? SQL C. There it is. It's there. It's there. Upgrade user. Pass in the context. And then v.user ID. Oh shit, you're angry because it's not a UUID, so we have to parse it. Okay. That's fine. It's kind of annoying, but that's fine. We can work with this. Also, my two favorite operators for the list type, with and without, to get the sum or difference of two lists. I like that. I like that. So what do we have to do here? We need to do valid user ID equals UUID parse the user ID. If there is an error, we are going to return I think I'm just going to return not found, because that's what they want me to return if the user can't be found. So I'm going to do not found. Enable to upgrade user. Then we'll do valid user ID here. Now this returns the user and an error. So we will do user. Well, actually, I don't even think I need that one. I think I just need the error in this case. So if there's an error, that basically means the same thing that we have up here. So let's just extract that. I think this will work. Does Go, I can never remember. Go switch statements fall through. Switch statements do not fall through automatically. If you do want it to fall through, you must explicitly use a fall through statement. Really? Okay. Well, I don't like that. I don't like that idea. So I guess I'll just I don't like repeating myself, but I also don't like the so we'll just do this. And we can extract this error up here to say user not found error. Unable to upgrade user. I think that's everything. All right, should we try to test it? I think we should try to test it. I'm kind of interested to see if I implemented this polymorphic deserialization correct. I guess I didn't. Let's see. Value not found. Expecting JSON at is chirpy. Oh, yep. Because they did say, I missed this. This says update all the endpoints that return user resources to include the is chirpy red field. Okay. So we're also gonna have to update our queries, I think. Get by ID, get by email. Yeah, I think that's good. Hey, what's up, Atello Labs? Long time no see. Almost done with the Pokédex. We finished the Pokédex. We are currently now working on, what was this called? This course was called Learning HTTP Servers, and we're building like a Twitter inspired clone. Okay, so now we can go back. Let's SQL C generate, and then let's go back to main.go. And honestly, I don't remember where all we're returning a user. So there's definitely one here. So we can do is chirpy red. That. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, it's I mean, it's not my idea. I mean, whoever wrote this course for boot.dev, they're very clever and very funny. Okay, where else is the email returned? See, it looks like the login response has that too. It looks like the update user has it. Okay, so we'll do is chirpy red, login, response. Put it there too. I think that's all the places where we need to add it. And then I think we just need to include it. Can we actually write the response? Yeah. So we'll go over here and we'll say is chirpy red, like that. Why are you mad? Oh, did I not type that right? I did not type that right. This should be a Boolean. I made that mistake in a bunch of different places, didn't I? You will be a bool. I so declare from now on, you are a bool. Okay, great. So now we need to update our login response. There's definitely a code smell here, though. You know, there's definitely a code smell here. But honestly, we're almost to the end of this project, and I don't particularly care enough to. Is chirpy red? Okay, why don't you have that property on you? Get user by email row. I'm guessing it's just because it hasn't. Users.sql.go. Get user by email. Yeah, I'm guessing my LSP just needed to be informed that that property existed. Yeah, there we go. Now we need the update. And this guy's going to be updated user. Okay. I think that will fix the submission failure. It's just when they're up after they upgrade, I think they're checking to see if that's included in a response. Damn it. Okay, what's going on here? Failed step 5. Boolean value not equal. Expected JSON at is chirpy red to be equal to true. Okay, I'm guessing one of the queries is not returning that property. That or I'm not actually updating the person correctly. Upgrade user is chirpy red equals true. Where ID equals 1. I don't know. Getting created at refresh token. So this is a login response. This is a login response. Is chirpy red is Boolean. Existing user is chirpy red. Yep. If I had to guess, there's something wrong with my upgrade. And I'm guessing it has to do with somehow how I implemented the handle. Upgrade? No, handle webhook. Sorry, I forgot what I called it. Handle webhooks. Yeah, I'm guessing it's something in here. So let's just see if we're even making it into this case. We'll just add a log right here. Yo, boy, we be needing to upgrade. What if all your log statements were real obnoxious like that? Let's see. Let's not submit it. Let's just run it again. Okay, I see a log. I see some logs here, but yeah, we are not entering into that. We're not entering into that method or that part of the method. So let's go to line 40 and see what goes on at line 40. It says if error. So we're having an error writing a JSON response. Superfluous, I love that word. Superfluous response.write header call from main.write JSON. What editor do you use? I switched to Helix because I got sick of VS Code. I still use VS Code quite a bit. It depends on the day and the vibes, but I still use VS Code quite a bit, but I'm using NeoVim right now. So I use NeoVim and VS Code pretty much exclusively, unless I'm doing work stuff. And then if I'm doing work stuff, I use a lot of Visual Studio. So let's see. Do go case statements fall through? NeoVim is good. I use it on Linux. Yeah, NeoVim's great. I'm really happy that I took that. It started as, excuse me, it started as a side quest at the beginning of 2025, and I've just kind of turned it into the main quest. Okay, what is on line 40? So are we having an... Is this getting called, I guess? Failed to encode JSON response. It must be. It must be getting called. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to submit. Sorry. Yeah, failed to encode JSON response. That is getting called. Oh, so maybe, you know what? Now that we really shouldn't be doing this. We really shouldn't be doing that unless the encoding succeeds. Right? And then we should halt execution. No. So why are we getting a bunch of... Failed to encode JSON response. So what are we trying to encode, bro? Handle. All right, time for a break. So okay, this only gets called when we're... This only gets called when we're writing JSON. So what is the actual response? So we are responding with 204. Okay, so what happens if I remove this? What then? What then, say you? Okay, that seemed to... Okay, so that seems to counteract. Doesn't that seem to... Oh, it's not falling through. It's just not matching. So it executes the default anyways. Interesting. And so it says it's a superfluous write because HTTP error writes to it. Okay, I think that's probably a flaw in my own design, or you know, like that's probably not the way to do things. But let's just do this. Okay, so then why does... Bro, I'm so confused. How is it still... How is it still doing that? Hey, what's up, Block? Long time no see, man. It's been a minute. Hello, Nutty. Last time I watched your stream, you were doing C# work. Is Go a learning thing? Go is something we learned last year. I actually learned it on stream for Advent of Code 2025. And I still write a lot of C#. I haven't been writing much C# on stream because my pet project for stream has been trying to get to level 100 on boot.dev. And boot.dev only teaches Python and TypeScript or Python and Go. So all their courses are either Python, TypeScript, or Go. So that's why we're working in Go. But Go's a nice language. I enjoy it. It's a good language. Okay, let's do some print debugging. So let's figure out what log.printf event type, event data type. Use of dot, so how do I get the type? Just %t? Okay, so we'll do t. Let's see, event type is nil. Oh, event date. Oh shit, sorry. I just punch the hell out of my desk. Okay, so why is it nil? It's a good question. I don't know. Why is it nil? Let's see, list field. Event data type is nil, huh? Okay, what is event dot event, huh? What's that? It's a string, which it should be. Okay, so something's wrong with our deserialization. I've implemented something wrong. Huh. Well, shit. I don't want to get rid of my fancy polymorphic deserialization shit. I kind of like it. I've been around just enjoying the stream quietly. Well, enjoy it as much as you'd like to. Lurk all you want. I'm kind of a lurker myself when it comes to streams. But good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Everyone like and subscribe. You got me. I appreciate that, Effie. I appreciate you being a member, and I appreciate you encouraging people to like and subscribe. It's very kind. What am I looking for? I guess I'm looking for polymorphic deserialization issues. Right? That's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to do basically a stare and compare against my implementation and the Medium article that I used and in my old GitHub repository. So far, I don't see anything blatantly wrong. Oh. Okay. I see it. I see it now. I see it now. The problem is when I call JSON unmarshal here and I pass in the data, it is looking for the keys that belong to a user upgrade data struct in an object that looks like this. Yeah, in an object that looks like this. Right? So that's not gonna work. That scared me. I wasn't expecting my wife to close the doors like that. I should probably check. She might want me to move the camera a little bit. Can you tell me to move the camera? Tell me to move the camera so that the doors aren't in it? Yeah. Yeah, I can. There you go. Oh, the music got real quiet for a second. I thought my computer died. All right. Let's see. Okay, so we figure out the issue. Now we have to figure out how to fix it. Let's see. The issue. What was the issue? The issue is that I'm giving it data where it can't find the keys it's looking for. So
It's free to sub to at Stephen Freeborn at twitch.tv. Stephen Freeborn if you link your Amazon Prime account. Stephen promises to make an extra special cup of coffee for every viewer that supports with their free Prime sub or paid subs. Melty nice.
That's very kind of you, man. Yes, I will. I'll make an extra cup of coffee. We have Twitch is definitely, it's quite a graveyard over there most days. But that's very kind of you, Milty. Thank you very much. No, you don't need to get super active in chat at all, Milty. This is definitely meant to be more like a co-working stream, so please feel free to just listen to me ramble, and I can turn the music up if you want the music louder. But please feel free to just do your thing, man. Do your thing. Okay, so I basically need to not do what I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah, I basically need to not do what I'm doing. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. So bytes here is an event. So should I, maybe what I should do, I kind of feel like I've represented this data wrong. Okay. So we are going to do this. We're going to add a field here to our alias or our anonymous struct, and we're going to call it raw data json.raw message. And then we pass the event. Yep, that's what we want. And then we're gonna do here, we're gonna do aux.raw data. Yeah. Okay. Let's try to see if that fixes our problem. Is that the right? Oh my God, are you kidding me? Okay, that worked. So see, it did update it to true. But we're still getting these failed to encode JSON. Is that because we're passing nil? It must be. Let's see. Can JSON encoder encode nil? Okay, so what's it trying to encode when it... I'm gonna do log.printf encoding response %t, and then I'm gonna put that log statement back. I'm just kind of exploring my own curiosity, but I want to know why it's studying higher level mathematics, have crossover to programming, maybe not immediately, but eventually. The highest math I took was calculus. I got a bachelor's degree in biochemistry, and I took calculus as part of that curriculum. That's the highest order math I've ever taken, relish Nori, so it's possible. But I don't think I have the prerequisite experiences or knowledge to be able to say for sure. I don't understand. Encoding response nil. Failed to encode JSON response. Superfluous response. Yeah, I think it's because we're passing nil, man. The question is, why does it care that it's nil? I don't understand why it... Handle webhook. So what should we pass instead of nil then? Oh, okay. Okay, so that's what I thought. Right, JSON response. We should be, I think, checking here if response equals nil. We'll just return early. We won't actually try to write anything. We also need to put the header before we write the status code. It does beg the question though, should we write the header? Okay. Okay, this needs to be... This method needs to be rewritten, I think, a little bit. Okay, so if this is the nil, we'll do that. Then we'll try to encode the data. Then we're gonna do data error. This is actually gonna be that. And then we'll just say, instead of doing this, we will do right header HTTPD. Just fix 2 of my agent's mistakes by hand. Feels good. Well, see, that's good that you're able to spot that. You know? That's awesome. Steven, what kind of music do I listen to? Just about everything. Taylor Swift, Linkin Park. I like the lo-fi music when I'm working. I like Honest Abe is a more recent artist that I really enjoy. Machine Gun Kelly. I'm kind of all over the place when it comes to that stuff. Okay, this is a good... I'm gonna copy this guy's implementation. I like his implementation better than I like mine. We don't need that though. And instead of doing this, we're gonna do excuse me, we're gonna do oh my gosh. There we go. Let's see, this would be error. Because you want bytes. That's the best I got, man. That's the best I got. Okay. Let's make sure everything still runs. Yes. Now let's try to submit. Gosh, we finally figured that one out. You ever get into any Midwest emo pop punk, could be 2000 stuff that everyone makes fun of, or 2010s, or even modern stuff? I'm guessing I've listened to that type of music, but I'm not very good with labels. So like when you say emo music or pop or punk music, I have a hard time like sussing out like what artist that would be. You know, like how do artists fit into those different labels? Let's see, webhooks are standard HTTP requests, persistent connections. Yes, this one. What will likely happen if your server responds to a webhook with a 500 status code? I don't know. It probably depends on the I'm gonna guess they'll try to retry it. Yeah. So now that I can pan around infinite canvas, drag my unplaced maps into the canvas, and place them visually. Very cool. Very, very cool. Man, there's this newer band that I've been addicted to, a few songs for the last couple of days. That's always good when you find a new artist, you know? It's a good feeling. All right, so we're gonna add a new secret value to our .env called Polka key. This is the API key that Polka will send so that we know it's them. Load it into your server and store it in your API config. Add a func get API key. It should extract the API key from the authorization header, which is expected to be in this format. You'll need to strip out the API key part, whitespace, and return. It should ensure that the API key in the header matches one stored in the .env file. Okay, I can do that. I know how to do this. I feel confident. I think this is the last lesson of this course. You guys better not steal my secrets, okay? We're gonna call this Polka key. Oh my god, that just completely missed. Polka key. Okay. And so we will add a polka key. It's just going to be a string. Yeah. Sometimes copy paste doesn't go the way you want it to. Polka key. Polka key. Hells yeah. Hells yeah, brother. Polka key. All right. So we have our polka key. And now we just need to update our webhook endpoint to, oh, we also have to, we're going to add that method to get it. Get bearer token. We basically just need to copy this. Okay, so we're going to do trim the prefix API key. Right? Yeah, API key. Let's rename this to be get API key. And let's rename this variable to that. Okay, let's go back to main. Let's go to handle webhooks. And we'll just do it right at the top here. We need to get API key. And we'll say, hey, if there's an error, then you, sir, are not authorized. And we will want to say status unauthorized. I'm going to do unauthorized error. And then I'm going to say unauthorized error equals API error. Error is you are not authorized to perform this action. And then if the API key does not equal the server's Polka key, we will just return the same thing. Actually, couldn't we do this? I think we could actually short circuit this, couldn't we? Yeah, I think we can do that. There's probably a couple other places where I could do that as well that I could go through and clean up. So now let's try to submit. Phones can pull text out of pictures. Why can't my PC? I think there's a... Well, I don't know. Are you on Windows, Effie, or are you on Linux? I don't know about Linux. But I think PowerToys has something like that. I think PowerToys has a functionality to do that. Yeah, text extractor, I think is what it's called. I've never used it before, but if you're on Windows, you might give that a try. Where is it? Text extractor. Hey, what's up, JK? Howdy, howdy. Let's see, text extractor is a convenient way to copy text from anywhere on your screen. So I would think it would work for images, right? We could try it. Window, Shift T. Let's find an image with some text in it. Image with text. Let's see if we can do that. So we do Windows, Shift, T. Yeah, that worked. So you might look at that. If you're on Windows, FE, I don't know if you're on Windows or not, but you might look at that. Text extractor, PowerToys. Might help you. All right, now it says, now we have to do documentation. Is it cheating if I use AI? One type of endpoint that's nearly impossible to interact with without documentation is plural get endpoints. That is an endpoint that returns a list of resources. They often have different sorting, filtering, and pagination features. Update the get API chirps endpoint. It should accept an optional query parameter called author ID. If the author ID query parameter is provided, the endpoint should return only the chirps for that author. If author ID query parameter is not provided, the endpoint should return all chirps as it did before. Continue sorting the chips by created at in ascending order. Be sure to filter by author ID at the database level, not in memory. That will be more efficient on large data sets. I thought we were almost done with this. Oh gosh, dang it, man. We have 1, 2. Okay. Oh man. Okay. So we've got quite a bit of work to do here. I did level up though, which was my main goal for today. So we did get to level 85, so that's a win. I really don't want to stay standing. Why is everyone in the basement? Oh, okay. Oh, I was just curious. I wasn't expecting you all to be there. No. Alright, I'm going to wrap up. I accomplished my goal for the evening, or for the day. Let's see. Should we... I guess we should probably commit our code, so we get credit. I think I have some log statements that shouldn't be in here. Yeah, there's one right there. Those are all fine. Okay. So what did we do? We implemented handling webhooks. All right, full disclosure. I'm probably going to finish this course tonight off stream. And then tomorrow when we start up, we're going to be doing... What are we going to be doing tomorrow? Tomorrow when we start up, we're going to be doing... Learn file servers and CDNs, which I have no idea what this is entailed here. I think we have to do some stuff with S3, which I'm not particularly excited about, but I will do it if they want me to. Maybe we could find a local kind of S3-like service. Or something that's S3 compatible that we could use instead. But that's the plan for tomorrow. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? Oh, man. I think flying would be pretty cool. Like, flying would be very useful, I think, and very novel and a very exciting experience. But I think it would be much more useful from a day-to-day perspective if you had superhuman strength. So I think I'd probably do something like that. Although Scarlet Witch's powers in the Marvel universe, her powers were OP. So maybe that. Maybe whatever Scarlet Witch's powers are. I feel like she had more than one power, though, so... that might be cheating. She's awesome. Yeah, Scarlet Witch is pretty badass. I guess they're making a Vision show on Disney Plus. Miles Beats, where are you getting the roadmap to learn and stay consistent? So the consistency thing is very easy to me. I just like to code. I like to build stuff. I like to program. So being consistent with it's very easy. I can always come up with something to do. The courses we've been following on stream for the last couple months have been coming from a website called boot.dev. It does cost money. They have a couple different paths that you can follow. You can also just do ad hoc courses. You can also make your own path if you'd like from a bunch of their courses. It's free unless you want the gamification. If you want the gamification, you got to pay. But if you're cool with just following the courses in your own developer environment, then it's free. But that's the platform that we've been using. Why did I pick boot.dev? I just picked boot.dev because other people like the Primeagen and TJ DeVries have promoted it, and I thought, you know what, it looks fun. Might be fun to do it on stream. The other kind of programming or coding, I don't know if anybody would consider boot.dev a game. I kind of look at it as a game. For me, it's more about the entertainment value than the education. But there's this other computer programming thing that I want to try called Artifacts. And it is like an MMO RPG, but you play it through making API requests. And you can use any client language that you want, right? And you can do all kinds of different crazy things. So I think I might, once I get through boot.dev, I might play this a little bit on stream. Kind of mixes the two things I enjoy, playing video games and writing code. I guess I could go ahead and sign up. Guess I probably shouldn't show my password. My account has been created. Let's log in and let's take a look around, see what this is about in here. What? Inval? Oh, yeah. Guess it wants my email. I don't know why it had me choose a username if they were gonna make me sign in with my email. Let's see what's going on here. You should check out The Farmer Was Replaced. What's that about? The Farmer Was Replaced. Oh, it's a Steam game? Oh, that's cool. Program and optimize a drone to automate a farm and watch it do the work for you. Collect resources to unlock better technology, become the most efficient farmer in the world, improve your problem solving. That's cool. The typer was replaced. Okay, that's cool, yeah. I'll just keep making a list of all the games we can play with. You don't have any characters. Launch the web client to create your first character and follow the tutorial. Okay. This looks like a lot of fun. Alright, I'm gonna hop off now. I hope you guys had a good day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. And I will see you all hopefully tomorrow morning. Alright.